What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm here to do my predictions for Fear the Walking Dead Season 4 Episode 15 titled Losing People. I'm going to be also looking at the promo and breaking it down for you guys, as well as the sneak peek we got for the episode. Before I do begin, if you are a fan of The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead and all that type of stuff, be sure to subscribe for daily videos. And a spoiler warning in case you haven't seen the latest episode or you aren't caught up with Fear the Walking Dead. But other than that, let's get started. I just noticed that AMC on their YouTube channel, they named the episode Losing People, but on Google it's titled I Lose People, because next week's episode is titled I Lose Myself, and that's obviously referring to Morgan in these final two episodes, you know, his journey throughout this season and throughout basically all of Morgan's journey on The Walking Dead. I think I Lose People is a better title if next week's episode is going to be I Lose Myself, because, you know, it does continue on. But anyways, let's talk about the promo, because the promo opens up with Jim sitting here and he's dying. You know, as we all know, last episode he got bit, so this episode he is probably gonna die. You know, the actor is gonna be on The Talking Dead, he got bit, so he's probably just waiting out his final moments, you know, because he's talking to June here, saying that he got us into this here on your own now. So obviously he doesn't want to help the group because he got bit, you know, he's done, so he's probably just gonna wait out his death here on the roof, which you know, it does suck for Jim. I mean, you know, he just got introduced a couple episodes ago. Even though he was annoying, I had a feeling he was gonna die, but I was hoping that we would get more out of his character. But I guess that's pretty much it for his character. You know, he's gonna die this episode, and that's that. But anyways, moving on. Here's a shot of Jim looking down with all the walkers in the ground, and I talked about this in my previous video. I love this whole roof scenario because, you know, it really feels like some old school Walking Dead. Like we even had one in season 1 when the group was stuck on the roof. So I do like this, and I love that walkers are actually a problem, again, like a legitimate problem for these guys, not just running away from a bad guy. And then also later on in the trailer, we hear June saying that we're going to the outskirts because the city is filled with walkers. And yeah, just all that type of stuff is just bringing, you know, old school vibes for The Walking Dead. So I am really liking what we're getting. And then next we see June talking to Morgan, and he's saying that or she's being really optimistic and saying that, you know, we're gonna find our way down from here. And Morgan is saying, I don't know how. Now I think the way they get down is from the elevator, because we do see later on the promo the group is taking down the elevator. This shot right here, we have Morgan, Lucy, Wendell, Sarah, and June. Obviously we don't have Al with us because she stayed down there, and then Jim isn't here either, so I'm assuming maybe Jim is gonna just die on the roof. But something that I would really like for Jim, and you know, since he was annoying the fan base, he could go out as a hero and maybe distract everybody, because in the sneak peek they were talking about causing a distraction for the walk. I'll get to the sneak peek in just a little bit, but that's what they were talking about. Morgan was talking about, you know, causing a distraction, and you know, Morgan doesn't really need to do it because we have Jim there. And you know, if Jim wants to be the hero and he knows he's dying and he wants to save these people, you know, might as well just do it, for why not? You know, you're saving lives, distracting the walkers. But we'll talk more about that in just a second, but let's move on in the promo. So next in the promo we see Martha shooting at Alicia and Charlie, and Fear the Walking Dead right now is a bit confusing when it comes to the geography of it, because it looks like they're really making it, or they made it seem early on that the group is super split up and far away from each other, like hundreds of miles after the storm hit, especially Morgan. But now it looks like Charlie and Alicia are really close to them, because last episode they were right next to where the truck exploded, and then they went the completely opposite direction, which didn't make sense to me because they came from that direction. It looked like they came because that was the way their car was parked, and then they went the complete opposite direction, and then they found John and Strand, because I'm assuming they found John and Strand because they found John's hat. But I guess it's not that big of a deal because, you know, it's not that important, I guess. Let's just focus on the story. But whatever happened, Martha, she booked it last episode because remember Wendell shot her in the chest, which was a badass shot. But it looks like she's shooting at Alicia and Charlie here, and you know, Alicia's yelling that we can help you. She's obviously not gonna take that because that's the exact opposite of what she wants to hear, because nobody helped her when her husband was dying, as we found out last episode. So that is pretty ironic that, you know, Alicia's saying the exact opposite of what she wants to hear. Later on in the promo though, we do see Charlie with Wendell, and we do see John with the group. So what I'm assuming here is that Charlie and Alicia are gonna find John and Strand, and then they're gonna run into this lady. Obviously she's hurt because we can see it there, you know, she kind of covered up her patch, or she patched herself up from the gun wound. But but it looks like they're just gonna probably outrun her because she's injured. But you know, I am interested in learning more about this lady because she definitely has a connection with Morgan. She's in what Morgan was too, you know, clear mode, and Morgan can relate to her. So you know, I can't, maybe in the season finale or something. I really have no clue. We have 2 episodes. I have no clue if they're just gonna you know, early on I was thinking that this lady might be connected to a bigger group. I don't think so anymore because we saw her backstory last episode. So it looks like she is gonna be on her own, and what I'm assuming is that Morgan is just gonna recruit her to be with the group, because either that or they're gonna kill her. But I think killing her is gonna be way too harsh, so maybe they are gonna recruit her to be part of the group. So the rest of the promo is just some quick footage of the group dealing with their escape, you know, trying to get down the roof. And again, Fear is sort of spoiling their own episodes in a sense though, because I'm sure most fans do are probably, I mean, most people do think they're gonna escape the roof because that's the most obvious thing. But I mean, right here we just clearly see them walking on the ground, so I don't know why they do that. I mean, I just have no clue, because they really hype this up and make it like, oh shit, how are we gonna get off the roof, guys? And the next thing we know in the promo, we see them walking on the ground. But I mean, I don't think anybody really thought they were not gonna get off the roof, so I guess that's why they do it. But still, I just find that super weird when they just like kind of spoil their own things in the promo. But I feel like they should have focused more on just escaping. But we hear June saying that, you know, we're gonna meet in the outskirts, so they're obviously gonna get down from the roof and, you know, try to meet up with everybody. So this is the next thing that I want to talk about in the teaser, because we see Sarah here talking over the walkie-talkie and saying, are you guys good down there? So I feel like I'm getting thrown off here for a minute, because I want to think they're on the roof because she's saying, are you guys okay down there? But right next to her we see John, and John was stuck on the damn island. How is he on the roof? So I feel like I want to think it's the roof, but I feel like it wouldn't make any sense if this is the roof. But John being John, you know, he's a helpful guy. Maybe he's gonna make his way over here with Alicia and Charlie and Strand, and then you know, they do end up, you know, going on the roof just to help for why not reasons. But then right next to him, I'm thinking this is Alicia or Charlie. It's kind of hard to tell because the face is blurred out, but I'm just kind of completely thrown off by this because I feel like this is the roof, but it wouldn't make any sense for why John would be on the roof unless he just went up there on his own to help the group. But the group is splitting up because, like I just said 2 seconds ago, we heard June talking over the walkie-talkie saying that we're gonna meet up in the outskirts because the city is full. But at least the whole group is back together. That's what's good. I don't see Strand anywhere in this teaser, which is super weird though, because I don't know, I talked about Strand in previous videos because they're really hiding him in teasers and trailers, and even the main official Comic-Con trailer we got, Strand was barely in that. So I mean, that led me to believe that he was gonna die. I don't think he is, but I just find it super weird how they're not, you know, showing Strand a lot in these teasers when he was clearly with John. But this is who Sarah was talking to over the walkie-talkie. We got Wendell and Charlie here, and Sarah was like, you guys alright down there? And then here we have Wendell saying, I don't know if alright's the best term. And right next to him we have Charlie. So the group is back together, but what I'm confused about is why Charlie and John and Alicia and Strand, maybe, why are these guys getting themselves in the same exact situation that the other group, I mean the main group, is in, Morgan's group? Because yes, I know they're all friends and they want to help each other, but in the sneak peek that I'm about to talk about right now, Morgan is saying that somebody needs to cause a distraction. So I don't know why these guys didn't get like trucks or cars and just, you know, distract the walkers away from the buildings and, you know, distract them away, because that's what they're essentially trying to do here, based on this sneak peek and stuff. So I don't know why they really got themselves in this situation. Like, we have the group on the roof, we have Charlie just sitting here in the car. Like, I don't know, I mean, I'm just super confused by this. I feel like they could have done something else instead of just like getting themselves stuck. But anyways, let's move on and see and talk about the sneak peek. So in the sneak peek we have the group in this generator room, and Morgan comes out saying the elevator over there is working. So and then that's when the group is in the elevator. We saw that in the main teaser, but Morgan wants to stay back and distract the walkers. And as soon as he says that, everybody's like, nope, nope, you're not doing that, Morgan, you're not doing that. And I kind of found that a little funny, because that's literally gonna be like the whole fan base on Sunday night. When Morgan says he wants to stay back, everyone's gonna be like, nope, nope, Morgan, you're not going, you're not staying. Because even though maybe some would argue that Morgan's crossover hasn't been the best, and, you know, some bad stuff came up from this crossover. I don't think anybody out there really wants Morgan to die because he's been there since the beginning. He's a great character. You know, he's a good person. The character is a good person, and you know, no one really wants Morgan to die. So I have a bad feeling in my stomach that he might, but I really hope he doesn't, because it looks like, you know, the last 2 episodes are even titled, you know, I lose people and I lose myself, and that's really, you know, all about Morgan. So I really hope we don't lose Morgan. And whenever Morgan does die on The Walking Dead, I would prefer him to die on the main show, because that's where he started, and I think he deserves, you know, I feel like fans aren't gonna be happy if he ends up dying on Fear. I feel like he deserves more than that, and he deserves better. But anyways, let's not talk about, you know, Morgan's death, because hopefully that doesn't even happen. But this is what I'm talking about, because in the teaser or the sneak peek here, Morgan is saying that I need to stay back and I need to do this because I got the group in this situation, so I'm gonna get the group out. But it really doesn't have to be that way. There's so many other options around this. And Alicia and her group, I'm not sure why, you know, Alicia, John, Strand, and Charlie don't do something about it. You know, they, instead of, you know, getting themselves stuck in the same situation, which is what it looks like is gonna be happening, they can get some cars and get the walkers to go away. You know, they could, because that's essentially what Morgan is trying to do: distract the walkers and lead them somewhere else so the group can get away. And Morgan is, you know, really putting this pressure on him, because he's saying that he got the group into this, which is something that Jim has been saying. And what I think would be really cool if maybe Jim comes through and does something, you know, for the group, because Jim has been giving Morgan shit and blaming him for his entire thing. So I think it would be pretty cool if, you know, Jim comes down and says, you know what, you guys are good people, let me distract the walkers. I'm already bit, I'm gonna end up dying no matter what, so let me distract the walkers, you guys escape. So I think that would be pretty cool. It would also be a respectable death, because Jim has been annoying this entire time, and you know, I feel like if he just ends up dying on the roof, that's gonna be like a waste. Like, what the hell was the point of this guy, instead of, like, all he did was complain and bitch and talk about beer. So let him do something useful like this and, you know, help the group out. And I feel like there's a strong possibility, because I feel like, you know, him just dying on the roof is just so much of a waste. Like, I don't think they would do something like that, but I don't know, I could be wrong. But I'm gonna leave it off there. That is the sneak peek and the promo for the Fear the Walking Dead season 4 episode 15. You be sure to leave your thoughts and predictions on the episode in the comments down below. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and for daily Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It's been All Things Film, and until next time, peace.